everybody, today we're going to talk to you about great information here of Metro Atlanta real estate. We'll give you some of the numbers. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or invest, this is great information. It's going to help you out.
Yes, we're going to talk about the Atlanta metro real estate market, let you know what's going on as we head closer to the summer months now, Gamalier. And this is the time when things really begin to pick up in the real estate market. Traditionally.
They do. We're starting to see a lot of inventory out there and a lot of different things. And obviously, we're going to talk about that to give you more information.
Yes. So as far as the amount of listings, we'll talk about the active listings that are going on right now. We have a little over 27,000 active listings right now in Metro Atlanta. Last year, we were just under 23,000 active listings. So we've seen a bump in the amount of homes for sale. And if you drive around Metro Atlanta, you do see a lot more signs this time of year.
Yeah, you could definitely feel that, Alan. Yeah. There's a lot of more properties in the market. But it's a good thing for those, especially for buyers who've been looking for a while. When it's starting to see now that you don't see before, you're starting to see some of the first-time home buyer home, which are specific. Let's talk about CAP, for example. You have not seen a lot of properties under 350 for a while in a lot of the areas, and now we're starting to see some of those properties out, which makes it easy for those first-time home buyers who are coming out, trying to get a home that is affordable for them and to get started buying a home. So that's a good thing for those buyers. But the market is definitely changing. There's a lot of things out there. But another thing too is we're starting to see a lot of great programs for first-time buyer with grant money, with some possible low down payment. We're starting to see that too. So that's an opportunity for those home buyers who are thinking about buying a home.
Yes, very important there. Month supply of homes is our next topic that we're going to look at when it relates to the Atlanta real estate market. And right now we have just a little over 4 months supply, Gamalier. Last year we were right around just under 3.5 months. So the amount of supply of homes has ticked upwards as well.
Yeah, you can see that obviously as inventory goes up, those active listings go up. That shows that the month of supply is going to also go up. We're starting to see that increase. Now, this is what this tells us is that if all the properties were to be sold and no other property were to go on the market, it would take 3 months versus the 4 months. So as inventory increases and more active listings are in the market, then you're going to start seeing that month of supply increase also.
Yes, that is good to consider right there. Median sale price, right now we are at $398,000, just a smidge under $400,000. That's the median price, remember that. And then last year we were right at $393,000. So not a whole big change there, 5,000 upwards, more inventory though, Gamalier. So what does that have to say?
Well, Alan, for this particular number, it's a number that we take the median number, not the average. So, which says that there's a lot of properties under that 398 and there's other half of them above that 398. But what I see, like I mentioned before, was that we're starting to see some affordable homes available in different particular areas all through Metro Atlanta, which gives an opportunity again for those people looking to buy for the first time. Combine that with some of the great programs offered by the banks right now. It creates a lot of opportunity for those home buyers to come in and get the opportunity to buy that home.
That's good. That's a good point there. The different types of loan options that we have available now for first-time buyers or just home buyers in general. Median days, we'll take a look at that. So we talked about more inventory. That usually means more days on the market. And that's what we're seeing right now, 43 days on the market. Compare that to last year around this time, Gamalier, we were right around 30 days. We thought a month was long. We're at a month and a half at least.
Yes, we are. And we definitely remember those days when, properties would go one day in the market, get multiple offers, and we would get so many offers. Those days are, unfortunately gone now because the market is adjusting. We're trying to get a balanced market, and that's where we are. You see that, again, last year houses were taking 30 days versus now 43 days. And this is information very important for seller to understand that as the market changes, the days on the markets are increasing, which makes that there's more properties in the market, which means there's more competition, which means you got to get out there and make sure when you could put your house on the market, not only you get a good agent to represent you, market the property well, but you also come in to show the property as best condition possible. Because condition makes a difference when you're trying to sell a property. And one thing that we cannot change, but it makes a difference, obviously, is location of the property. Location, condition, price makes a big difference, and that's how you could get a house sold. But again, marketing too makes a big difference when you're selling the property. So make sure you hire an agent who has experience selling property. But again, for buyers in the buyer side, this is an opportunity for you to choose from a lot of property. The previous before we were seeing that, for buyers, pretty hard because house prices were high. There was a lot of competition. Interest rate was low, which was a big benefit with payment.
And I think buyers are starting to notice the prices are relatively competitive now.
Correct.
So compared to a year or two ago.
Yeah, and then compare with that, obviously before there was limitation of what type of house you could buy. So there was so much competition and you were just making offers. Buyers were getting very frustrated. There was just one house that they liked. They couldn't compare with other. Now you have a lot of houses to choose from. So this is the opportunity to buy that specific home that you wanted in that particular neighborhood affordably or more affordable compared to what the prices have been in the past with less competition.
Yes, so buyers are definitely being a little bit more choosier now with the amount of inventory we have. So a lot of selection for you guys.
They could do that now.
Yeah, a lot of selection. Interest rates. Now we've been looking at this for the last year or two, maybe I would say, because we really haven't seen much budge in the 30-year fixed interest rate here for a conventional loan. Right now,
true.
Yeah, right now we're at 6.9%. Last year we're right around 7.1. So not much of a move. We've seen it bounce around though, Gamble.
Yeah, it's been like that lately, unfortunately. A lot of expectations of people expecting the Fed to continue to decrease the interest rate, but they have kept it the same pretty much. And we have seen for the past almost 3 years, we have seen interest rate, ranging in the same area and not that much decreasing, more increasing over time. But the past year and a half, 2 years, I would say they've been ranging around 6.5 to 7.2, which we see here. Last year being close to 7.2 versus this year 6.9. But one thing that I always tell people when it comes to interest rate and to home, you have to marry the home, date the interest rate.
Date the rate, marry the home.
Because I say that because interest rate changes rapidly up and down over time, and also because interest rate, you could actually refinance it. If you were to buy a home now, let's say you are 6.9, let's say interest rate goes down to 4%, and you had the house, you live in the house that you love, you could always refinance it, get that 4% interest rate or 5% interest rate, get that benefit. Your payment will go down, but at the same time, you're living in the home that you love and want. So that's very important.
And you can build equity sooner versus waiting another couple of years.
Very true.
Yeah, I mean, you're like we mentioned in the past, you're just paying your landlord $1,500, $2,000, $2,500 a month, whatever your rent is, to them versus investing in yourself and your family.
So. Yeah, and at the same time, you also get the benefit of the taxes and deductions. Tax deductions there's benefits of deducting the interest rate and other things in the house when you buy a home. And most importantly, we always talk about, you get to do what you want.
Yeah, it's your personal space. So you can decorate however you like. You're the king or queen of your castle. So just enjoy it. This is a great opportunity to own your own home. All right, so there's the Metro Atlanta real estate market. Kind of give you an idea of what's going on. If you're a buyer, great time to buy. You've got a lot more houses to choose from. And if you're a seller, you can still sell it. It's just going to be a little bit more time on the market, being patient and make sure your house is in tip-top shape. And the pricing, you've got to price it competitively if you want to move it a little bit quicker as well.
Correct. Pricing is very important with this market because you're going to be, for those people who are thinking about selling or you don't want to be in a market where you're chasing, you keep decreasing your home and the market continues to go down.
Yeah, chasing the market.
Chasing the market pretty much. You want to price it correctly, get it sold, get the maximum dollar, and that's what the strategy a good agent should do.
All right, thank you for watching. We will talk to you next time.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Bueno, sí.